Nobody really looks like they're ready to go outside. They look very sleepy. Liven up, girls. It's only the start of another day. Gotta. Hi. You know your name, don't ya? Let's get these bovine out of here. Now you would think that they would actually enjoy going out to pasture. Since it's nice today, it's pretty cloudy, so it's not extremely hot, but they still hate to leave their barn. Come on, girls. Claire doesn't like to cross the gutter though after it's been cleaned, so that's why she doesn't like to do it. Good job, you did it. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Get out, get out. Come on. Get out. Once I got them out, they didn't waste any time getting out to the pasture. They always go over here first, and then they go to the other side, which is bigger. Nothing beats cereal with farm fresh milk. Please thumbs up. So if you guys watch our videos regularly, you know that in the last video I said we had a lot of things to talk about. Well, this is Sunday, so Friday night, I guess it would have been. I came in the milk room and Brent had already gone inside. I was just finishing things up. Brent is my boss, by the way, if you're new here. And he'd already gone in, like I said, and I was finishing up with the wash and just getting ready to leave. And I noticed that one of the compressor's fans wasn't on. So I walked around the end of the milk tank and I checked the temperature and it was like 60. And I was like, that's a little weird. So I walked over to the readout that's on the compressors and it was flashing a code. The code was for like some lock alarm or something. It didn't really mean anything to me. So I went and let the cows out and then I came back a few minutes later and the milk was down to 50. So I knew that it was still cooling with one compressor. And it was still flashing the code, but I did walk over and feel where the Freon goes in on one side, and that was definitely cold. So it was cooling, but it wasn't cooling as fast. So the next morning, Brent came down, and it was still doing that. The milk was cool, and it was fine, but the compressor still wasn't on. So there's two of them, and one of them isn't working at all. So it's been like in the 80s, like the mid to high 80s for the last 3 or 4 days. Like I said, this happened Friday night. It wouldn't happen any other day. So we had to have the guy that works on it come on a Saturday, and he came over and he said that, I'll show you, there's a tall canister on it. Right. This one right here, I think. So I guess that's broken. And he's got to get a new one, but obviously he can't get it right now because it was the weekend. So he's gonna bring that back this week. So right now we are literally relying on, not this compressor, this is the one that's broken, but there's another compressor on the other side of it. And that one is cooling all of the milk. So it's doing a great job. I mean, it's been about an hour since we stopped milking and it's already down to 40. It usually goes down to about 38. So it's doing a good job, but it is working overtime because not only is it doing it itself, but it's also really, really warm. It's been super humid and just terrible. So we've been opening everything in the milk room. We've got all the windows open, all the doors, and that just helps it get a little more airflow. We got a fan running on it so it doesn't get too hot. And we're just crossing our fingers that that one holds out and pulls its weight until we get the part for the other one. Their compressors aren't that old. I think one of them's older than the other, but they're both around probably like 15 years old, maybe a little bit newer than that. That was interesting. And then when we were milking one morning, one of our pulsators stopped working, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but we have 3 machines. I milk with 3 and Brent milks with 3. And it's really annoying when you only have 2 because you just don't seem like you're getting anywhere. You seem like you're just standing still, especially when the other person has 3 and they're leaving you behind. So I took that apart in between haying and stuff. I took it apart and there was a little diaphragm in it. It has diaphragms, like has slides that move over, and the diaphragm will move in and out to control the air. And one of the little ones, it has 4 of them all together, 2 big ones and 2 small ones. One of the small ones, what did I do with that? Brent probably threw it away, but one of the small ones, I'll show you. So it's very dirty, but this one up here, when it moves back and forth, it moves a diaphragm on this end and on this end. And one of those, this side I think, was completely torn open. Luckily we did have a rebuild kit, so I just put a new one in and then put it all back together and it works fine. So yeah, between the hot weather and things not working and trying to make hay, there's like a chance of rain like every single night. So we've been trying to get hay done, and between all the stuff that we have to do extra, trying to make sure the milk is cooling and trying to keep everything clean, I just cleaned the floor in there. It's been a really busy past few days, but hopefully, like I said, in the next couple of days, the compressor guy will come back and fix that, so we don't have to worry about that anymore, at least. And in case you're wondering, if your milk gets too warm or it stays too warm for too long, even if it does eventually cool down, that can be really, really bad for your PI counts and your standard plate counts, which basically just is the amount of bacteria in your milk, like how quickly that bacteria will grow if it's not cooled properly. Like if your milk was being taken to the grocery store and for a little while it wasn't exactly as cold as it was supposed to be, whether or not it was on the truck and it wasn't super cold, or whether they were moving it into the store and it was out just a little bit too long, how quickly the bacteria will grow from there. And if you have your milk not being cooled properly right in the beginning, you don't have a clean pipeline or something like that, that can cause your standard plate counts and your PI counts to be higher, which means that your milk doesn't have the shelf life that everybody else's does. Whew. Believe it or not, I have not had that much coffee this morning. I'm just wound. So I got a bunch of stuff to do. I got some more baling to do. I won't video any of that because you guys just saw some of that. But I got some other things that I want to work on that I'm going to take you guys with me for, so I'll get back to you then. getting sick of that, or yeah. He only has 40 to do today. He did 55 the other day. Probably his head's like. What's that?
Made in the Neolithic years.
The Neanderthal wrapper.
Huh?
Well, we beat the rain. Brent finished wrapping about an hour and a half ago, and we had a very heavy downpour, just randomly, a bunch of thunder, and rained really hard for like 10 minutes. And it looks like we're gonna get another round of it.
Oh, is that one there ahead of you?
Yeah, they peck on her, so she's scrawny. This one's eating it. Yummy. It is the next day, guys. It's another rainy day. We've been doing all the things that we don't get to do when it's haying today. So we cleaned out the calves. Brent is cleaning out the freestall right now. The calves were really messy. Sorry, I'm listening to music. Michael Jackson. So between last night, I guess, and this morning, we got about 2.5 inches of rain, I think. So a lot. It downpoured yesterday twice, and then it just stopped. And then today, up until just recently, was just a steady rain. And the rest of the day is looking very, very iffy. You can see the clouds over there are very dark. That's the storm that just left us. And we do have a little bit of blue sky over there, but I just don't think it's going to dry out early enough today to get anything done. Oh dear, my camera just died. And I don't even remember what I was saying, but I've somehow also misplaced my two other cameras, so I'm gonna have to film on my phone from now on. But anyway, I was saying the cabs were pretty dirty, I guess I said already, and the freestall wasn't that bad, but we have time to clean it out, so we don't know when we're gonna get time again since we're gonna be haying a lot. I'm filthy from cleaning out the cabs. Like, they were a mess, and it got me really dirty. But anyway, since it's raining and it's gonna be a bad day, we're not gonna mow or anything, I am going to be working on the Massey, trying to get the AC going in it, since that's not working. So this is the dial that I was telling you guys about in the last video. See, you shouldn't be able to do that. And that's like the cold and hot. And I know in my vehicle, like if I have it on AC and this is still turned on to hot, it'll still blow hot air. So I think that probably maybe has something to do with it. We'll find out. I think I just have to take off all of these and then I should be able to see what's going on behind there. Hopefully there's no hornets or anything, because that's like my worst nightmare. I hope there's nothing like that in there. The last 2 times I've opened this door, there's been a bird in here, like a mourning dove. I don't know what the heck it's doing. It was just in here earlier and I thought it was just stuck in here. But then I came back when I went to look for my other cameras, and that was only like, I was gone for like 2 minutes. Came back, opened the door, and it was in here again. So obviously it's flying through the back window, but I don't know why. I don't know what it's trying to do in here. All I can say is it better not be pooping in my seat. Anywho, let's take this off. I'm telling you guys, if there's anything in here, mouse, hornet, doesn't matter. I'm screaming and running. This radio doesn't work, by the way, but rather than change it now, because we don't really have the time and it's not important, I've just got this that I'm going to carry around in here for now. It was actually a gift from one of you guys and I really love it. By the way, if it looks like I'm moving my hand weird, like I look like I'm special trying to do this, it's because my thumb is all messed up. I bruised it really bad. So I'm trying not to move it very much because it's pretty painful. It's on my left hand, but it turns out I use my left hand for a lot more than I thought I did. Two more. And then we'll know when we need to run for our lives. I don't think this is the original radio that was in here anyway. Maybe it is. It does have a cassette player, so it could be. There's nothing in it, unfortunately. That would have been cool. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. But I don't think it's original. There's that bird. It's not a dove. It's a robin. I just barely caught sight of it when it kept flying out. Oops. Ugh, I'm scared. Oh dear. Maybe I'll sit up in the seat. Hello? I come in peace. Mouse poop. That's what it is. Crap ton of mouse poop. As long as there's no mice, we'll be okay. So, this right here, I think, is what we're. Oh, that doesn't sound good. So, how do we get that off there? That's a good question. I'm gonna turn it on. Probably blow this mouse poop everywhere. All the mouse poop out of there, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so I didn't put them all back in. I only put like 5 of them back in just to make sure it doesn't come out if you hit anything, but we can get to it a little bit easier if we do have to still take it apart. The knob seems to be working now for some reason that I took it apart, and it seems to be blowing AC again. But I'll show you guys what I found when I was in there, because it's nasty. I don't know how long this tractor had been sitting, but I'm gonna say it was a while, because that's what the mice had been up to in the roof of that tractor. That is nasty. Brent just came back and he already has another project for me. We got to take the dolly wheel off the rake that he uses. Said, I asked him what the size of the socket was, and he said bigger than the one that's on it. So we're just gonna take, I can't get that off with my finger all messed up. We're gonna take, let's see. Oh, we're gonna take, my 7/8 is missing naturally, so we'll take a 20, 21, 19. We'll take all these. Finally gave up on it, huh?
Yeah.
So this is the baldest tire you've ever seen.
You see the ear in it.
With our luck, it'd go right when we were trying to use it, so. You're good.
Whoop.
Oh, hold on. Pick it back up again. This is driving it right into the air. Okay. There. So you had him order one?
Yeah.
Did it come in already or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta drop it off.
Okay.
Hi. Howdy. Did you canvas your one? Must be somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on. I'm just gonna put these right in this middle thing.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you can see it right through it.
She's not long for this world.
Nope.
It would go right when you're in the middle of a big hayfield too.
Oh yeah, you know it.
All right, I'm gonna go put the grabber on.
All right.
I can't believe that noise.
I know, we haven't even sharpened it. Looks good. Oh, left with the rain we just had. Yeah, I gotta go pick up that net wrap. So all of this, which isn't much because I shut it off because I realized what was happening, was wrapped around, like on the bottom of the baler. It has these things that go around and drag the hay in, and it was wrapped around that. It was nuts. I was not happy with myself. I highly doubt they'll even come back until tonight, but at least they got some easy feed. They don't have to go gray if they don't want it.
Another month of that, they come running.
Oh yeah, they got too much feed. They don't care right now. A lot of you guys laugh at our gate lash. Literally just a cow collar. Never let us down. All right, so it's been several days. I want to show you guys, I have the baler over here because I was blowing it out. A lot of you guys ask how come we don't blow it out. We do. I don't film it every single time we blow it out. That would be really, really boring for you guys. So I did a quick go through of it today, and we also have to grease the chains because the oiler still isn't fixed. So we just greased the chains with some bar and chain oil with a paintbrush, and that stays on it pretty good. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys, I didn't explain it very well, and I don't think you could hear me very well, what was going on with the net wrap the other day, why I screwed up a bale, and how I'm gonna fix it. It was my fault, really. So basically what happens is when the brake is so tight right now because we don't have our new brake pad for it yet, so it's tightened like pretty much all the way. So the roll, when you push the bar ahead, it's supposed to free roll, and it doesn't really free roll that well because the brake is so tight, because it has to be or else it won't stop it. So when you have not much of a roll, like that field I was almost done a whole entire roll on, so it was very tiny, and the brake can stop that super easy, but it can't start it very easy because the brake is so tight. It only ran in like a half of, maybe not even that. It didn't even wrap the bale one entire time. Ran in a little bit and then it cut it. What I didn't account for is that when it cuts it, I don't know if I can really show you guys this very accurately. Gotta hold the hood open for this. So when it runs it, the knife, which I'll lock it so it can't, like, you know, just randomly come on and hurt me. You just stick that over it, and then it has a cotter pin that goes in it, but I don't need that right now. I'm not gonna be sticking my hands in there. But when the knife goes up against the wrap, it'll run the wrap through there, and then the knife will close on it. Kind of cutting it, kind of not. It's just really just hitting up against it so tightly that it has to break the nut. So the knife moves into a different position. Well, you absolutely cannot try to wrap the bale again if you don't come back here and manually reset the knife, because what resets the knife is opening the bale chamber. So unless you come back here and pull the knife back to the position it's supposed to be in, it just runs net right down into those, you see those like spiky arm looking things? It ran the net all through that. And I had to pick it out with a knife, and it was not fun. So that was my fault. So now I've learned that when I have to re-wrap a bale, to come back here and reset the knife before I can try to wrap it again. Lesson learned. So yeah, I ruined a whole entire bale, and well, I mean, didn't ruin it, the girls ate it, but we could have wrapped it and had another bale for the winter if I hadn't done that. It's working good, other than the brake thing, and we need to go get the, I don't know if the brake part is in yet. Brent put the wheel on the rake, he's got a new tire on that. So I was just editing that video and realized my dog has a tick on him. Great. That's not what I realized though. I realized that for some reason my camera stopped recording. So what I wanted to tell you guys before I ended the video was we actually didn't get our compressor fixed yet, but we got a quote on how much it's gonna cost, and it's like almost $3,000. So I'm not really sure if we're getting a whole new compressor or if we're just getting the part. But I don't know, maybe you can't get just the part, maybe you have to get a new compressor. I don't know if it's a new compressor altogether or if it's just the part that's going to cost that, but it's going to cost a lot of money. But it's something that we can't be without, so we obviously have to get that. So that's just one of those things where that's why you can't have a lot of new equipment and stuff like that when you're farming, because if you've got those bills, then you don't have the money to fix things that need to be fixed, whether it's tractors or equipment or cooling stuff for the milk like that. Obviously things can get expensive really fast, so if you have lots of payments on new equipment and stuff, that can be hard to come up with that kind of money when farming isn't really that lucrative of a business. It's a big reason why you have to be frugal nowadays and just be happy with what you have. If it works, use it. Not everything has to be new. As long as it does its job, that's good enough. I just wanted to update you guys on that. I don't honestly really know what's going on. I'm not an HVAC technician. I'm a farmer, so I don't know. But this is somebody that's worked with Brent on his stuff for quite a while, so we trust him, and it is what it is. Gotta fix with what you can't be without. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Sorry that it was kind of pieced together and weird. Our week is crazy, but I need to get some sleep, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, keep it real, keep farming, and I hope you join us in the next one. Bye guys.